During the 1960s, young orphan Tomas, John Bell, is harassed and ridiculed for his small size, timidity and stuttering by the other children in his orphanage. Just after freeing a pigeon from his classroom, he is called to the headmaster's office to be greeted by Maire Connie Nielsen, who has adopted him, and takes him back to her island home, where Tomas is greeted somewhat coldly by her husband, Alec. Aidan Quinn, a fisherman, who had expected someone older and perhaps more confident, and Tomas is intimidated by Alec. Tomas makes friends with Nancy, Tara Alice Scully, and is greeted tepidly by Seamus Jack Gleason. They take him to their secret cave, inhabited by bats. There, Tomas runs away, scared, after which his two friends chase after him and console him. Tomas is introduced to his new school and, unlike at his previous school, here he is generally accepted by the pupils. As Maire's influence on him begins to shine through, he starts to gain in confidence and become drawn to wildlife. Soon thereafter, Alec and Tomas get a little closer, and when Maire has to go to the mainland for some shopping, Alec and Tomas go fishing. Together they find a young seal, apparently abandoned, on the beach, christened Smudge by Tomas. He wants to care for it and feeds it regularly for the next many days. For Tomas' birthday, the couple give him a new fishing rod and reel. Maire suggests that the two guys go fishing, Alec to teach Tomas how to use the tackle, and the plan is set. The next morning, they head out, but Alec, distracted with helping some friends move a stuck boat, tells Tomas, "I won't be long, wait down there." Tomas waits around nearly all day for him to show up, but Alec, after helping, then instead goes to the pub with the friends. Maire finds Tomas and takes him out in the boat herself. Maire discloses she was an orphan too, never adopted out, and that is why she picked Tomas, loving and knowing him, due to her own experiences. Maire teaches Tomas to picture his grandmother in his mind, and he does. Remembering her for the first time in a long while, he learns he can recall memories by painting them in his mind. They then see a rainbow and she promises to take him into one someday. That night, Maire has an argument with Alec, telling him that he shouldn't have left Tomas waiting. The next day after school, Tomas comes home to find that Maire has taken sick. A doctor, Gerard Bonner, at her side. He goes to stay at Katie's home with her children, Seamus and Nancy. He buys Maire a very colorful tablecloth, as she likes colors, and later goes visiting her in hospital. Tomas learns that Maire is going to die, and distraught he rushes to her bedside, crying at the thought of her passing. Alec asks Tomas to leave, and later at the house Alec tells him that she has died. At Maire's funeral, Alec and Tomas are both distraught, but Alec still won't bond with Tomas. Tomas says that Alec needs him, but Alec continues to be brusque with Tomas. Tomas also learns from his friends that the orphanage will soon reclaim him. As Alec never signed the adoption papers, Alec starts to drink to soothe his sorrows, and burns all of Maire's possessions because she's gone. When Tomas finds out, he tries to stop Alec, blaming him for Maire's death, and runs away to Katie's. She explains how sad Alec is about losing Maire. The next day, Tomas goes to feed Smudge, asking it to pass on a message to Maire, asking her what he should to do. A rainbow appears. The end at bathing Tomas and Smudge in colors. And Tomas has received the guidance he was looking for. When Tomas returns home, he finds Alec drunk, slumped in a chair. Tomas wakes Alec, giving him a red scarf Maire had smiled into for him earlier. as a memento to remember Maire by. Alec goes to bed, snuggling with the scarf, as he hears Maire's laughter. In the morning, after packing up his possessions, Tomas goes out in the boat to deliver Smudge to his mum. When Alec realizes that Tomas isn't at home, he attempts to rescue Tomas, but doesn't reach him in time. Tomas' boat has capsized, but, with help from Smudge and a pod of seals, he washes up on shore. Alec, frantic, checks to see if Tomas is still alive, which he is. For breakfast the next day, Alec produces the colorful tablecloth to cover the drab table. Alec asks if Tomas wants to go back to the orphanage. Tomas proclaims, "No," and says he wants to remain with Alec. Alec finally signs the papers, and Tomas calls him Dad.